Hey there everyone, I'm Michael, and we're back with another ShiftOS dev update. Yes, I am back on the roll as I promised. Um, so, we are looking at ShiftOS 1.0 Beta 2.1. Of course we are, because we looked at Beta 2 last time, if I recall correctly. Um, Either way, let's get started. There are some new features that I'm going to really love showing you guys, and some of them I can't because they're story oriented, but some of them I can and will. So let's get to this. First things first is the new advanced app launcher. Um, Soon it will be customizable, but right now it's not really that customizable. It shows how many code points you have, who you are. In my case, I'm devx at system. Um, how many upgrades you have available to buy, and how many you've installed in total, which is really cool. And you also get a nice shutdown button so you can close out of ShiftOS from the advanced app launcher. Next, we have the categories of all our applications. So if we go to customization, we get all the customization apps and programming apps. That's because I'm running this through my mod launcher application, and I have something I've been working on for a while that I haven't really touched in a while, so that's just sitting there. Um, Accessories, graphics, artpad, networking, etc. All this stuff is all there. So what's new with all the applications? Well, first off, artpad has experienced a huge optimization in the amount of time it takes to start up, and this is true for most other applications as well. So let's click it and see how long it takes to boot. Pretty snappy. Of course, the user interface doesn't fully load all the way, and we get some coloring issues on the side here as it loads up, but as I do more optimizations to Artpad, it will get better and better. So, of course, we can create an image if we want to, but we don't want to use Artpad right now, because other than that optimization, nothing really has changed. But we do want to go to the shifter, because not only does it take way less time to load, but now we get a new greeting message whenever we open the shifter, and it tells you about the shifter, what you can use it to do, and it also tells us about a new feature where, well, I'm about to show you this new feature. So when you go to, say, the Windows category, there is now a nice little preview of the Windows, um, of the shifter, and this preview updates as you customize ShiftOS. So let's say I wanted to go to title bar, and let's say I wanted to make the title text not bold. As you can see, when I changed it to regular text, it automatically updated in the window preview. We can also do things like change whether or not the title text is centered. As you can see, it updates. Pretty snappy. We can change the title bar or title text from left values. Fun fact: whenever title text is centered, only the second value in title text from left is taken into account. So let's say I wanted to adjust this to 4 on the left coordinate, 8 on the top coordinate. We can do that. We can set images, etc. We can choose to show title corners, and it's awesome. And this preview goes along with the system category and the menus category. If you go to the desktop category, just like in 0.0.x and 0.1.x, you actually get a preview of the ShiftOS desktop with the classic app launcher, unfortunately, because the advanced one doesn't really work well in Shifter yet. But you do get a nice preview of the desktop, and it will change as you customize your skin. And as you can see, the user interface is way more fleshed out as far as speed goes, so things are more or less fine-tuned. And I'm sure you'll notice a huge speed boost in ShiftOS, so that's one of the new 2.1 features is optimization of the window manager. I actually think it even works for notifications. I'm not sure, but maybe it might just crash. Maybe not. But yeah, notifications is a pretty lengthy startup process when you have over 200, almost 300 notifications. So yeah. With that said, we've got our very first bug of the release that is known. The advanced app launcher likes to stay put when you open, or when you don't, or like if you open it, and then you say click notifications, or click on a button or something in the user interface that isn't part of the app launcher, it stays open until you open an application. So, whether that's a bug or a feature to you, it's up to you. I'm considering it a bug. So it probably will be removed unless you guys like that feature. Maybe it'll be tweakable in the shifter. Who knows? Anyways, let's see what else there is. Because, well, okay, something new, and I think I went over this in the Shift Hangout. If we go to networking, we go to the update manager. This is a new application, and it uses the Project Unite APIs to basically hack for updates in ShiftOS. So let's say I release beta 2.1 and you're running beta 2. Well, I mean, not really. Let's say I release beta 2.2 and you are running 2.1, or an unreleased build before 2.2 was released. Well, this update manager will allow you to update your ShiftOS to that version. But since this build is unreleased, and it is after the latest released build, it does not show up in the update manager. And the update manager does not work for rolling release versions of ShiftOS yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, because AppFair is a bit more difficult than Project Unite to get at this information. But yeah, that's update manager. Can't really demo how it works, but it's pretty simple. If there's an update, it'll tell you about the update. It'll give my dev update for that update. Lots of updates in that sentence, and it'll allow you to download and install it, and it'll reboot your game when it's done. So that's the update manager. Pong has seen. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it hasn't. But it is a lot faster. It's starting now. One of the new features I do plan on adding is a better Pong AI, but that doesn't. That's a bit technical. So for now, nothing really new with Pong. But there is some planned stuff, some stuff planned for Pong. There are also some new story mechanics in ShiftOS. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but a certain blue smiley face is involved in the story elements, so be on the lookout for those. And today marks the discontinuation of, well, the multi-user domain control center's chat functionality. Now, I'm not sure if it'll work, the MUD control center, because of the story additions. But if you were to go to chat in this version of ShiftOS, well, soon chat won't even be there, but lately, if you go to the chat system, you'll notice that clicking join a chat or stuff like that, nothing happens. The multi-user domain no longer supports it. Long story short, some major bugs were happening in the multi-user domain, like some super major bugs. To do with the chat system, and they were too major to really maintain well and fix. So we basically scrapped it, since not many people used it, and most of the time when looking in logs and in Discord, people would just join in, say hi, and then leave, and then go to Discord anyways. So yeah, that marks the discontinuation of the MUD chat. And speaking of multi-user domain, in beta 2.1, we have taken note of an unknown bug and have fixed it, where every now and then the multi-user domain kicks you off and when it does, the engine is trained to reconnect you, but if it fails, then you crash. However, now if it fails, it will continue trying unless... Basically, what will happen is sometimes the multi-use domain doesn't allow you to reconnect, even though it's running. If this happens, it'll try again until it can. So it's sort of a brute force attempt, but it does work for me, and it has been super stable since I applied that fix, so I haven't really been disconnected from the mud. With that said, if the mud does go down and you do get disconnected, you'll end up having a bit of an infinite loop going on in the background of ShiftOS. You can simply let me know if you cannot save your game or the multi-use domain goes down, shut your game down, kill it through Task Manager, or you can let me know and I'll turn the mud back on, then you have a chance to save and get back going. So if ever the mud goes down while you're playing, you haven't lost anything, you just can't really do much in the game until I restart the mud. And I'll be sure to let you guys know if there's mud maintenance in the Discord announcements. With that said, we've got some new Project Unite features that I'd like to show off as well. So let's get to them. First things first, we still have that search bug from the Shift Hangout, so we won't worry about that. But the bug tracker has been implemented, and it works pretty well. It is a bit slow, but that's a general Unite bug. I will be updating the hardware used by Unite whenever I can actually use Patreon money to actually use an Azure, so sooner or later this thing will get faster. But as you can see, this is a nice little bug tracker written for Unite, and on the side, it's got a similar layout to the wiki, but we've got categories on the side here, and we can actually see the amount of we can see all the open bugs and all the closed bugs for the different categories. Right now there's only one bug in the system that's open, none that are closed. We've got a rendering bug with the tutorials terminal, and this has been found in beta 1.4 and beta 2, so I have opened it. Now I could close the bug and mark it as checked, and then it'll appear here under closed, but I'm not going to do that. If I click on the title of the bug, we get a nice little summary of the bug. We get basically it's sort of like a forum post, except it allows us to converse about the bug, so we can talk about solutions, etc., and it works perfectly. Markdown is supported, and yeah, so that's the bug tracker. If we also go to download, again, I have to apologize for the slowness of Unite. I'm aware of it. It's not really something I can fix at the moment. There are some things I can do that I'm planning, but they won't help much. But if we go to view the details of ShiftOS 1.0 Beta 2, as well as the dev update, we'll get all the open bugs for this version of the game. So instead of me having to manually write down all the bugs in the release notes, you'll see them automatically show up as bugs open in the bug tracker. So that is a neat little Unite feature, and yeah. Anyways, there have been some bugs that have been fixed in Unite, such as the skin repository allowing you to use non-ASCII ASCII characters in your titles. That is, well, it does allow you. However, now whenever you use things like periods and $signs, etc., you won't get any bad requests or 404s from Project Unite when clicking on your skin. Anyways, I've been Michael. This has been a quick overview of ShiftOS 1.0 beta 2.1. That's getting really hard to say. It's starting to become a tongue twister. It's like 1.4, and the fact I'm not used to saying beta 2. And this has also been a brief look at the bug tracker in Project Unite. I will see you guys in the next video, and for those of you celebrating it, happy Easter tomorrow.